Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Deliver me from watching this movie. What? Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be doing my monthly what I've been watching for the month of February 2026. Please hook me up and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. So as usual, this is going to be spoiler free. I'm not going to go into super detail about plot or anything. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just giving my general thoughts on these things that I saw. I always say I'm going to try to make these shorter because they always go 20 minutes plus, and I always just have them go 20 minutes plus. And so what I'm going to do now is kind of just cut out some of the fluff in the middle. You know, I'm going to just talk about the notable movies and shows and things that, you know, make sense to talk about, something I have to say about them. And I'm going to skip over the unremarkable ones where it's like, oh, whatever, this is average. Don't really have anything to say about this. Not even going to bring it up. Hopefully that will speed this video along and not have it be 20 minutes. We'll see. We'll probably just get to 20 minutes at the end anyways. We'll see. So let's get right into it. Okay, so talking about remarkable. Definitely want to talk about this movie. Die My Love, starring Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. This was part of the Mubi trial that I did last month. So I was just watching as many movies as I could on that service, which there are like 2, because it has nothing. This movie is so bad. I had probably the worst experience of my life watching this. Rated this a 5.1 out of 10, and that I feel like is generous. What a just unwatchable, just riddled with stress and anxiety. The last movie I watched that I can remember that had this much like stress and anxiety watching it was Beau is Afraid, which is like very obviously intentional. That's like what they're doing, trying to make you uncomfortable, which thanks. I'm trying to, you know, like, you want that experience for us to watch a movie and be super uncomfortable, and why? Why are you doing that? But just her character, she was terrible. I don't really care for Jennifer Lawrence in general, but she's like fine in some stuff, and I know a lot of people like her and think she's a great actor or whatever, but she is just, the character is so dumb and bad in this show or in this movie. And Robert Pattinson was fine. He's a good actor, but just this movie, like, what, I don't even know what to say other than this movie was very bad, terrible, unwatchable. I cannot believe I stuck with it to finish it out and shouldn't have, and wasted my time. Don't waste yours. Don't watch that movie. Next up, Greenland. I watched this on HBO Max. This movie was a pleasant surprise. For whatever reason, when I saw this movie come out, it just seemed like it was going to be cheesy. Like, it's kind of like an end of the world type of movie. Like, Gerard Butler and his family are selected to go to a bunker to take refuge from the end of the world meteor that's coming, and things go awry on their way there, and then they just have to try to make their way to Greenland to get to this bunker to survive. And it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I was surprised. I did not expect it to be this good, but it was solid. I recommend this one for sure. And there's a second one that just came out, so I kind of really want to see that now, and I just have to wait for it to come onto something for free or cheaper, because right now it's $20 to rent, and screw that. The Rip on Netflix, pretty good. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, among others, they are in a movie together again, and it was decent. It was a decent kind of action, almost kind of mystery type of movie, like the way they set it up. They almost get a little too overboard, a little too convoluted with and unbelievable at the end when they kind of reference back to like, oh, actually this happened, and I was saying this to you so you would believe me, and I could go over here and do this. It got a little haywire with all that stuff. Apparently, this is supposedly based on a true story. I doubt it. Okay. The one aspect of cops going to a place where there's a bunch of money and different like cops suspecting each other of trying to like be in on this and like steal the money or whatever. Something like that maybe happened, but to the level that they go in this movie of twists and turns and things, I doubt it. Okay, I'm going to group these 4 together. These are the Christopher Guest movies that I watched on Netflix. A Mighty Wind, Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman, and For Your Consideration. I realized I'd never watched any of these Christopher Guest movies. I saw Spinal Tap way back in the day. But yeah, I never saw any of these movies, so they were all on Netflix, and I was like, all right, well, I ran across A Mighty Wind, and I was like, all right, let's check this out. Pretty decent. The cast is like just littered with big name same comedic actors that have done a bunch of different stuff over the years. And I think A Mighty Wind is probably the best one for me, and then maybe Best in Show after that. But just to be real, man, like, I guess overrated, because I always hear about how classic these movies are, how funny they are. They're not that funny, man. There's like a few moments here or there that are kind of funny, or you can like respect like what they're doing here or there with the comedy, but it's like not like laugh out loud funny. It's very subtle, and it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me, but I was not that impressed by these movies, honestly. Song Sung Blue, I did a video about this movie. You should watch that video. Maybe I'll link it in the end of this one. But I loved this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was a great movie, kind of biopic, not of Neil Diamond, but of a husband and wife duo that do a Neil Diamond tribute band kind of experience thing. And it was so good. It's the ups and downs of their life and the happiness and then the tragedy that happens, and it was just very good. It's got Neil Diamond music all throughout it, which is awesome and nostalgic for me. And I just really enjoyed this movie. I definitely recommend that one. Fall on Netflix, pretty decent. Like a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I'm like, what can you do with two people climbing up a tower? And that's the movie, you know? I bet this movie got a bunch of views after homeboy Alex Honnold climbed that building. And then this movie came on to Netflix a few weeks later. But they do, considering how limited scope it is, like they do a decent job with that, and they have enough like little events happen throughout the movie and things to keep you interested and make it watchable. That being said, I won't spoil what it is and, skip 20 seconds if you don't want what could be considered a spoiler, but I don't feel like it is personally. But they just do a fake out that is so weak, dude. One of the weakest fake outs I've ever seen, where they're like, oh, you thought this was happening? Well, I got you. Really, it's this. Well, yeah, you got me because you were showing me a thing for like a half an hour. And then all of a sudden you're just like, psych, no, that didn't actually happen. Cheap. That's wildly cheap. Like, earn that. Don't just do that. Like, it was just very cheap, very ridiculous. Not sure why they even needed to do that. They didn't need to do that. That would have been just as good if they just had everything happen as it happened instead of having her hallucinate or pretend for a half an hour that something different was happening. I don't know. That was pretty stupid. Pretty weak sauce. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Deliver me from watching this movie. What? Why did they make this movie, dude? This movie sucked. It was borderline unwatchable for me. I'm first of all not a Bruce Springsteen fan at all, so maybe that doesn't help, but I feel like that doesn't even matter. Like, this just probably was the worst biopic I've ever seen. The girl in it is the most wildly pathetic person I've ever seen. Like, she's constantly keeps coming around. He's like, dude, he's not into it. He's not into it. She like shows up at the back door of like shows to like, hey, and like he's like not meeting her. She's like expecting him to call, and he's not, because he's not into it, dude. He's doing his own thing. He's like depressed. He's got his own thing going on. He's working on music. He's not into you, okay? So quit coming around and quit. Like, it was just pathetic to me. But just what a movie about nothing, What a movie about nothing. He's just like sitting around and like wanting to make music, but then not wanting to make like hits and doing just whack music that no one likes, and they're advising him not to do it, but he's just trying to do it anyway, but then can't. It's just like, what am I watching, dude? What a boring, stupid, uneventful, pointless movie that they made. Don't get it. Why did they make that? And then Creep and Creep 2. These are horror movies, like found footage movies with Mark Duplass, and he is awesome. And I was very surprised that he's done like, he's done comedy stuff, but he's done like drama movies that he and his brother have made. But this, I don't know that he's done anything horror like this. And it's not like crazy horror. It's like pretty subtle all the way throughout. Basically he's just a weird guy who's like hires a person to come like film him, like do whatever, and he just like messes with them and does weird stuff and like jumps out and scares them and does the stuff, and then ultimately kills them at the end. Spoiler alert, but come on, that's what's up. And the first one was okay. The second one was good. The second one was definitely better. And then there's a show. So yeah, we'll segue right into the show, because those are the last movies. So we'll talk about the shows too. I'm watching The Creep Tapes, which is a show they picked up from this. So there's like individual episodes of like all the different tapes he's made killing different people. So that's been fun and interesting watching all the different scenarios and just how weird of a dude he is. But it's very engaging and watchable. You're just kind of like enthralled by like, what is this guy doing and what is he gonna do to this person? And like how he's messing with them and stuff. It's just very odd, but very watchable and cool. And then I watched Alone season 11. I think it was season 11. That was pretty good, I guess. That show, I always like that show. Reality competition shows where they're out in the wild. There's a couple of them, but this one's definitely the best one. And it was good. I enjoyed it. The person I wanted to win didn't win. They got close, but it that almost always happens. It's really unpredictable. Like weird, crazy stuff happens out there and it sends people home and you just never know what's going to happen. But if you like those types of shows, check that out for sure. His and Hers, it was okay. It was... I love John Bernthal. The story was okay, but it was a little convoluted and a little more confusing than it needed to be in some spots, but not bad. It was easy enough to follow, I guess, but I don't know. It just wasn't that good. And then like the reveal and the explanation and stuff at the end was kind of a little far-fetched and ridiculous. Like what ends up happening, this whole like case that they're trying to solve, this murder case. It's pretty it's pretty weird at the end. What is the answer and then what like ultimately happens or doesn't happen when that's found out. And so I think because of that kind of took a hit on this show for me. It was okay, an okay ride, but a pretty dumb ending. Coldwater with Andrew Lincoln. I really enjoyed this. I love Andrew Lincoln. Walking Dead is awesome. He is awesome in The Walking Dead. I wanted to watch this only because of him. It turned out to be just a pretty solid kind of murder mystery, not mystery, but like trying to cover up a murder or I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain without like explaining the plot and watching the thing. So just watch it. It's good. And I was happy that this turned out to be a good show, and Andrew Lincoln was awesome in it. Definitely a very different character than Rick Grimes, but a very good one. Untamed on Netflix. This was solid as well. This is I don't even know what it is, a detective or something in the Yosemite area, and there's a dead body that's found, so he's trying to like figure out what's going on and what happened and what led to her death, and then uncovering some other stuff with drug operations and stuff like this. And it was solid. It was a good story that unfolded, a good, clues and things that led to reveals and things like that it was just like good pacing, good structure, good layout, and good acting, and yeah, it was a good show. Our Flag Means Death. This show was a very pleasant surprise as well. I watched this just for Murray from Flight of the Conchords, Rhys Darby. That guy is hilarious in everything I've ever seen him in, so I watched this for him. This is a kind of period piece comedy. It's pirates, the time of like Blackbeard, and Blackbeard's in it, and it's Taika Waititi is Blackbeard, and it's a very unexpected storyline that I didn't see coming, of these two pirates essentially falling in love, like meeting and falling in love, and then being torn apart, and then like trying to find each other and come back again in season 2. And I liked it a lot. It was funny. It was well done. It had just a compelling story that you wanted to like follow and see what was going to happen next. And yeah, that was a really good show. It's a contained story and across 2 seasons, so you're not left on a cliffhanger or anything. So yeah, I definitely recommend that one for sure. And the Copenhagen test, couldn't not recommend this more. Was that the right way to say that? Hated it so bad. Okay, I watched this for Simu Lee and more importantly Melissa Barrera. Love her. I love both of them. This is a kind of like a spy thriller looking type of thing. So I was like, okay, I'll check this out. Dude, talk about convoluted. Talk about the most confusing plot of all time, dude. So many things going on to where you're just like, oh, well, you're supposed to think this, so we have you thinking this, but actually this is happening, but really when this thing is happening and it's revealed here, then there's this other guy over here doing this thing, and it's just like, whoa, what? Like, everything that is revealed by the time you're into like episodes like 3, 4, 5, I'm like, you're no impact on me what you're revealing. And oh snap, the episode ended like this. It's like, okay, who was that guy? What did this? What? Who? Where? It's the most. I'm not stupid. I maybe maybe there's things that are going to go over my head when I'm watching something, and I'm going to like miss details or like not fully comprehend the plot sometimes on something here and there. But for the most part, I know what's going on, and I'm able to follow along if you've written something well enough. If I was struggling this hard to like understand it, I'm just thinking of like the average person. This show could not have done well. It could not have done well. The average person is not understanding what is happening in this plot. It is not that good and entertaining. It is like, there are a couple of action sequences that are like decent here and there, but they come out of nowhere and it make no sense, and you don't know why the thing is happening. It was just so bad. And then there's this one character who, like, sorry about it, but she looks exactly like Jamie Foxx. It's Jamie Foxx with a wig, and all she ever does is just go. She's just staring because she's watching him on the camera, and they're like watching and monitoring this guy. So like all her role is seemingly in the show is just staring into the camera or like at the screen or whatever. Ah, man, I hated it. I hated it. Terrible. Do not recommend that. Don't waste your time. Don't watch that show. And we'll leave it there. Skipped over a few, but not that many. I think this movie is going to end up being 20 minutes anyways. As always, it is what it is. Can't change it. I don't know. There's nothing I can do, man. So, check out the ones that I recommend. Avoid those couple in there that were terrible that I do not recommend. That's it for this one. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you watched any of these, what you thought. Stay tuned. Until next time.